welcome to Amy's Kitchen. Today I'll be showing you how to properly season chicken for your parties. So first off, I'm going to start with showing you bouillon cubes. So these are seasoning cubes, chicken seasoning cubes. Then I have one secret ingredient to my delicious chicken. It's this chicken seasoning powder. So it has onion powder, garlic powder, the good stuff. Actually, it's a very nice product. This is not a sponsorship. I'm just saying it's a really good product for seasoning chicken. So I have my curry masala. It has rosemary, thyme, a combination of the good spices, and I like using it to season chicken. Then I have thyme. I really don't like using so much thyme for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm not a fan of thyme actually. So we have some sesame oil, some sesame seed oil. This is really good. It gives a very nice flavor to our chicken. Then we have some ginger powder. You can use fresh ginger if you want, but then I like to go in with ginger powder. And of course we have salt. So let's get into seasoning our chicken. So we're going to use some onion bulb, some garlic, and some fresh pepper. These are the really hot kinds. We're going to blend it, and it's going to be part of what we're going to use to season our chicken. So I'm putting this in a blender, and I'm going to blend it into a paste that I'm going to use. So let's start seasoning the chicken. So yes, in with my chicken flavor seasoning powder. So this is called Kitchen Glory. I really like this product actually. It's really nice. So sorry that you don't have a full view of the pot. It's the way I filmed this, but please bear with me, stay with me. So this chicken, we are going to be seasoning it heavily. When I do parties, I season the chicken heavily. That's because I'm still going to cover it, or what will I say, I'm still going to put it in a stew base, and it will reduce all of this flavor, so it's not too much, and then it gives a very balanced nice taste. So I've used my chicken powder, chicken seasoning powder. Then I'll go in with the curry masala that I showed you earlier on, that has thyme, rosemary, and some other spices in it. Then after this, I used about 4 to 5 sachets, and I'm using this because what I have here is chicken laps, or chicken laps. If you live in Nigeria, you know what or chicken laps are, and this is about half carton of that. So that's why I'm using a lot of the spices. So in with my thyme. I'm not even going to finish this entire sachet. I really don't like so much of thyme. I'm not sure why. It's just not one of my favorite spices actually. That's just my own preference. So I go in with my ginger powder, for some heat, for some of that ginger flavor. It doesn't really you don't really feel the ginger when you eat the meat, but it's actually very good for the overall flavoring of the meat. So you can go in about 2 tablespoons. I'm just eyeballing it here. So you can go in with about 2 tablespoons, and of course we are going to go in with some salt. So if you are not really sure, you can just go in with about 3 to 4 tablespoons of salt. I use my hand, just eyeball it, because I've been doing this for a while. Then of course our sesame seed oil, just go in with it. Sorry, I'm just I'm used to this, so I don't have any specific measurements, but I do have measurements for some of the things I'm using. Like this bouillon cubes, I would advise that you use about 6 bouillon cubes. You can go in with about 8. If you're afraid of the over seasoning, you can go in with about 6, but I believe that I used about 8 bouillon cubes for this. Like I said, I'm still going to cook it in a stew base, and that stew base, I'm not going to put any seasoning apart from just a little bit of salt, so everything is going to be balanced out. Then I go in with my onion, garlic, and pepper paste, like I showed you earlier on, the one that I blended. So I'm going to go in with it, and then we're ready to start cooking it. So for the best flavor, I actually cooked this a bit overnight, just to allow that flavor to enter into it, and then I start frying it the next morning, as you can see. So fry it for a bit. Once it's dry, it's, you know, a nice color, I'm going to put it in this stew base. Like I said, the stew base, I'm not going to put spices or anything in it, just a bit of salt to taste, because the chicken is already like really seasoned, like over seasoned, if I may say. So you put it in the stew base. The stew base, you put in about salt, maybe a bouillon cube or two, but you just have to taste it as you go along. And then I put the meat into the stew base, because I really like my meat to, you know, have that sauce, you know, when you're eating it, it's not dry and all. Then I'm actually done cooking this. I'm actually done with this. I'm just putting this onion for the fragrance. If you like my video, please subscribe. I do homemade recipes. Thank you. And